Good morning, and welcome to Daily Disciplines. We continue today with that third element of overcoming procrastination in our lives, which has to do with accountability partnership. And as you know, I suggested yesterday that we analyze our time and see when we are procrastinating so that we can take better steps and stay out of the traps that come our way day by day. The second area of accountability partner is the team to whom you will be accountable. Now, sometimes we talk in terms of an accountability partner as one individual who holds us accountable. My observation throughout the course of my life and looking at the lives of other people is that most of the time there is not just one person. In fact, it's not always a live person that's a part of the accountability team. And so I want to suggest today that in order to procrastinate less, we get specific about who or what is on the team to which we will be accountable. There is within the human nature and human spirit, I think, that desire to be independent, to be our own boss, and the thought of accountability to anyone else or to anything else is oftentimes difficult to handle. But it is nevertheless an important ingredient in overcoming procrastination in our lives. Because the reality of life is that we are accountable. If we are to become anything near what we are capable of becoming, we must be accountable at certain points of our life, to certain people, to certain things. And in order to make it effective, we need to understand, I need to agree to an element of accountability to perhaps several different people and perhaps authors. There are just a number of different elements that can go in to the aspect of accountability. I would suggest to you today that, generally speaking, this is not an absolute. I'm not in charge of absolutes, but I really think that, generally speaking, the accountability partnership team probably should not include your spouse if you're married. Oftentimes, if spouses try to keep one another accountable, it becomes a keeping score. Why didn't you do this? And well, what about you? And well, I did mine. What about you? And it just goes back and forth until sometimes it becomes a point of argument rather than a point of accountability, and it becomes destructive rather than encouraging. The same, I think, could probably be true in terms of oh boy, I need to be careful with this one because I'm starting to meddle in areas where the podcast maybe shouldn't go, but I'm there, so let me just complete it. Oftentimes, it's difficult to have a parent as an accountability partner, or, as somebody who is a brother or a sister, a sibling. Now, sometimes that works, and sometimes it works really well, and I would say to you, if you are a youngster, if you are a teenager, if you are a young adult that still has some connections, some specific connections, close connections with your parents, I encourage you to listen carefully to the input they give. They give it because of love. But I also know that if you are in a position where you are not willing to have them as a part of your accountability team, it will make it a difficult time. And I also believe that you will not be accountable to them if you've not agreed to have them on your team. So, who's going to be on your team? I know the ones who are on my team, and I encourage you to know the team. One person, two persons, three people, and a specific author, a specific book, something that will hold you accountable day after day after day to keeping on track to the purpose for your life. Have a great day as you design the team for your accountability. And we'll talk again soon.